it, all right? You too, Chardon. My computer crapped out. But it's not as bad as only getting 2 crappy hits. 2 hits. 2 hits. That's the good tonight, okay?
How many
2 hits. What do we got for the hits tonight? Let's give a rounding. What the heck here? Hold on. All right. 2 hits. 2 hits. What do we got? Let's give a cheer for each hit. That's 1. We got 1 more for a hit.
It's
Wilmer
coming.
and then Bailey. Their 2 best players got a hit.
Hold on, let me get this. Let me hit it.
All right, here, I'm going to take control of this here. Here's what you got, guys. You're going to get for each, where is it? Come on, why are things all?
I already got it. I know where it's at.
You got the wet one?
Yeah, I got the wet one.
All right. We got 13 of these coming. Let's go.
Ready?
One at a time.
Here we go.
Hit it. 2. 2 Ks for Strider. 3 for Strider. 4. There's number 4. There's number 5. Number 6. And 7 for Strider. And number 8 for Strider. Number 9. And number 10. Strider leaves. We got more? Oh, 11. 12. 13.
There you go.
It's too bad we just don't have one big giant hippopotamus fart for their runs, because man.
Wait a second. How many runs did we get?
That would be 0.
I was wrong about Wade Meckler. I thought he'd go 2 for 4.
Yeah.
I'm acknowledging my wrongness.
No. Remember, you blamed the vodka.
Yeah.
You blamed the vodka. So
sorry guys, we were late. 12 minutes late, plus we started 2.5 hours past the game time, but I had some commitments tonight and had a lot of company, and they just all left actually as we were starting, and they were still in the other room, and then my computer crapped out, just kind of like the Giants offense did a few months ago. But fortunately, I didn't know if I was even be able to join tonight the way it was acting. So guys, this is easy to predict. I mean, come on. I'm glad I didn't get my bet in. I was betting that Strider was going to have 11 Ks because the odds were
interesting,
plus 360, and it was like plus 220 for 10. And I always tend to go a little bigger than I should. And I was like, I should have just taken the 10. I knew that he was going to get 10.
Hey, Lou's coming after you, Dan.
Man, I'm getting old. Oh no, that is a bug. Okay, I thought I was getting those floaties or
Lou's saying, "Come on, Dan. What are you on Farhan time?"
Calling people out, man.
Lou's getting froggy with you today.
I'm Farhan time. Yeah, he was asking me in Twitter, why would game starts ended at 7? Why 9:30? Yeah, I had some company, and every so often.
No, Robert's around there, Ranger 49. I saw him in the chat earlier. There was a good discussion going on between him and Ted Mosby. It was pretty.
You want to hear something funny? I have company as well. They're in the other room, and not only are they watching the show, hey everybody, but I made them subscribe.
There we go.
Hey,
awesome.
If we're gonna host and serve you some hors d'oeuvres and food, the least you could do is subscribe to the NorCal Sports.
There we go.
That's fantastic. That's your entry, right? The entry into the house.
That's your entry fee.
I got my 49er background. I'm too embarrassed to turn it around and have the Giants in the background, man. I am telling you, this is just unbelievable.
And you saw it coming, though, right? We saw it coming.
We did. And then, all these people, he's 63 and 56, man. What do you want? Yeah. Wait till this. What are they, 6 over now?
Next week, Dan, it's going to be like Hey, we're 63 and 62. We're still over 500. Dan, what's wrong with you, man?
Yeah. They're going to have man, does Atlanta hit the ball hard. They are fun to watch.
Did you see Michael Harris? I think almost every one of his hits was over 100 miles an hour.
And he got a hit off of a lefty.
Yeah, he did. Speaking of what,
did you see the line? Hit the ball down the third base line where nobody was on the shift.
Did you see the tweet by Evan Weback talking about how many hits the Braves have had over 100 miles an hour?
Oh, I saw that. It's
166 hits over 100 miles an hour. You know how many the Giants have?
Was it like 21?
21. 21 hits over 100 miles an hour.
There's certain individual players that have more than the Giants.
The whole Giant, exactly. Team. Yep.
This is hey, I am dead serious about this because I read another article today.
Caspic.
That said the Giants really are more concerned about breaking even minimum than they are, and that if they went out and maybe got an Ohtani or something like this, there wouldn't be much to do anything else. And this, I'm telling you, this roster is getting worse. It's a mess. And it is sad because they didn't take the direction of just going with the kids and letting them. And we've seen it. If we can see it, that team is falling apart. I mean, it's getting talked about all over the media. Nobody is enjoying watching this kind of baseball. And in fact, I am going to play something for you guys. If I can find it on Twitter, we'll put it up and get your thoughts on it because it was a call in to Willard.
Oh, MF is talking about it.
Oh, I saw that. Yep.
Wow,
I heard that.
And I commented on it. And okay. Let's pull this up here. Let me but let's get into the game for 5 minutes before we do that. There's really nothing to talk about after the game for about 5 minutes. It's the same crap night after night after night. They don't hit. They have usually, Cobb usually gets lit up at least one inning, and it's a big inning. And
where's the opener? Remember, I said that last time. Where's the opener for Cobb?
Yeah, and so I knew tonight. In fact, I was off. I said they'd lose 9-0. I knew they wouldn't score. Jock looked silly. He ended the game just like almost like an umpire wants to end a game when it's 18 innings. And he just starts calling everything a strike because they're tired of getting, I'm not strike, little league umps, when if you've ever umped little league and it's like, getting close to the mercy rule, you're just like, let's just call this, everything's a strike, right? Because otherwise you'll be there for weeks. Jock's last swing. Did you see it, guys?
No, but I saw where the pitch was. I was like, why is he swinging at that?
Yeah, it was just like I can't do it because of my back, but it was just an effortless swing. Like, let's get out of here.
Good point, Cool Breeze. It was almost 8-0. Riley.
Yes, the grand slam just missed by Matt Olson. When he hit it off the bat, I thought, get out of there, because hey,
their lineup is so ridiculous.
So
it's insane.
Like literally, like they just need, like they could have 6 guys like cold, and the other 3 guys in the lineup will pick up.
Joe Rizzo said that the club is on pace to beat the home run record this year.
The Braves?
Yep.
Wow. So give me your guys' thoughts on the game. We'll kill it after that. There's not a lot you can say. We'll get into some other things about the Giants and what really needs to happen going forward. And so go ahead, go around the room here. We'll go around. Let's start off with Eric, and then we'll go Bora, and then the guy in the dark. No, he's in the light. There he is. In the light. I want to be in the light. Okay, here we go.
Dan's going a little bit insane on us here. Oh my gosh. I mean, we kind of saw this coming when we saw that it was going to be Spencer Strider in game 1. You got Max Fried in game 3. Maybe there's a chance in game 2. But then again, I mean, yeah, you got Logan Webb, so there's a chance there. But again, it's the lineup not doing anything. I mean, what are you going to do? 2 hits, no runs. It's kind of following. It's almost like clockwork now. You could set your clock by the offense right now, and it's pretty pathetic. It's not fun to listen to on the radio. It's not fun to even watch it on game day like I do. You know, you just see this, you just could see it coming. And as you know, Senior had texted me during the game or after the game. There's no life. He's saying there's no life in the dugout. And Dan, remember we talked about this earlier. Remember a couple of months ago. I don't know. Remember that clip came out with on the MLB talking about all the clubs and how they had all these different home run celebrations when they came back into the dugout.
Yeah, that's been the Giants all year.
That's what I'm saying. It's just carried on. Yeah, they got a little jolt when the kids are coming up, but
they need to play the kids and let these
thing
kids.
is just that they kiss the dugout.
Like,
that's it.
Yeah, it's lame because the vets are old and lame, and the young guys, you know, I don't know what it is, but these guys, they got to get somebody in there that can give these guys some joy, let them play with some joy.
Mm-hmm.
The manager's so stiff.
Speaking of which, we'll get into Kapler later.
Yeah. So anyway, Bora, what was your take on the game?
Not much. I mean, there's really not much to say. The offense, we shouldn't even be talking about the offense. They don't deserve recognition. Cobb, I saw a tweet, but I don't know who it was, but they were saying that Cobb isn't a number 2 starter. He's a 3 or 4. And I completely agree. He's 35 years old. He's never been
getting tired.
An elite pitcher. He's a good pitcher. He's a good number 3 pitcher.
Right.
But they just don't have it. And I'm going to your point, Eric, about the celebrations and everything. I was watching the was it the Dodgers? Yeah. Last night when I don't know if you guys saw Austin Barnes' home run.
Yeah, he hit his first home run of the year.
That whole stadium erupted. The lights are flickering. There's everything.
Did you see Ohtani's grand slam?
Mm-hmm.
That place was packed. They were going nuts. Tatis with his 2-run home run. Place is going nuts.
Oracle Park is one of the top 2 ballparks in America. Where's the excitement? Where are the flashing lights? All we get is a little foghorn that shoots up water. I mean, come on. This we're playing like it's a tiny market. We're a top 5-7 market in the league.
Remember last year when Diaz
doesn't feel that way anymore.
Remember New York Mets, their closer Diaz, that he'd have that guy with the trumpet come out and start playing. I mean, that was it's exciting, man. You know, it was fun.
It's exciting. There's just no excitement. I mean, the team isn't doing anything, the front office isn't doing anything, and the ballpark isn't doing anything to help it out.
Good point. Go for it, Los.
There's not much to say.
Yeah,
basically, I said when the season shifted to August 10th and the schedule got difficult.
Yep. It started before that with the damn A's. We never expected.
So they're 9 days into it on August, from August 10th, and we still got 12 more days. And this is just how it is. The Giants are like, for those of you that know horse racing, the Giants were at like a D level. They were racing against other D level horses. And then they went up in competition. They went up in quality. And now they're playing or racing against quality horses or quality teams. And you're seeing what
even worse than that, Los. It's even worse than
that.
They got swept by the A's.
That's the one. I said that.
Yep.
I said that was kind of the thing that started them a little on the slide because they had good momentum. They were playing good ball, and they lost to a really bad team. It just makes no sense. So not much to say about the Giants. It's kind of predictable. But what I will say is I'm not sure why I'm getting these comments about this hat. This hat is a shoeless Joe Jackson hat, first of all. So if any of you have never seen the movie 8 Men Out, Go watch it, about the Chicago Black Sox.
Great movie.
Throwing the World Series. Real good baseball movie. And when you see this movie, come back and say, Los, that's kind of a cool hat because Shoeless Joe wore it. That's it.
All right, Eric, you're up.
Whoa,
He went already.
I thought. Oh, that's
went
right. You
first.
went first. That's right. That's right. All right. So, it is what it is. I'll tell you this: when they get off this
I
road
saw
trip,
that.
when they get off this road trip, they will not be one of the 3 wild card teams.
I don't think so. I think I agree with you there.
No, I'll show you right here. Look, let me just pop this up here, the standings, and we'll show you they got a half game lead over 2 teams who are, and they're going to get caught by. All right, so let me share the screen right now. Share screen.
Oh, real quick, Dan. Greg asks, "What's the problem with Cobb?" There is no problem. This is just who he is. He's
Right.
He's not a great.
He's getting worn
pitcher.
down. He's
exactly.
He's like you said, 35 years old. I said this in the second half. Pitchers are going to start regressing, and that's when the lineup needed to pick it up, and they haven't.
All right, so they own a half game lead over the Marlins, and or is it a game? Let's see, 64.
Are you sure? Is the game final in L.A.?
Oh,
I bet it ain't.
Is that who they're?
And they're killing the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's not. It's not final yet.
Okay,
it was 10-1. I saw.
11-3.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're a game right now, but they're going to be a half game because they're going to win. They'll be 64-59, and Giants are 64-58. So they're half game.
Tied, right?
They'll be tied with the Reds, exactly same record as the Reds, and the Cubs will be one back. They lost a tough one tonight to Kansas City, I think. Gosh. So has the Padre game gone final yet?
Yep, they won 4-0.
Okay, so they won. They're 5 back of 5.5 of the Giants, is it? Yeah. So I still think the Padres can get hot and overtake Miami, Cincinnati, and then the Giants. If the Padres win the next 2 tomorrow and Sunday, which who knows if those games are going to get played. There's supposed to be a hurricane coming in.
I saw that they're playing double headers tomorrow, I think.
Oh, because Sunday's supposed to be a mess.
Yeah, I don't think
it's supposed to be like a tropical depression by the time it hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might get a little bit of that, Dan, and you, Los, you guys might get some of the bands.
That'd be nice.
We've had our share here in the last week or so. Little tropical, little monsoons here and there by itself.
Yeah, it'll trigger.
They're playing a double hitter tomorrow.
When does San Diego ever get hit with anything?
Yes, they are playing a double hitter tomorrow. Game 1 is at 12:10. Nice. And game 2 is at 5:40. So they are expecting, Sunday. And then Dodgers are playing a doubleheader tomorrow too. And the Angels are playing a doubleheader. Good. All right. So here's what I see happening is if the Padres can win these next 2 over Arizona, they will be within 1 game of Arizona. Really close to passing them because you got to pass the ones in front of you before you get to the 3 wild card spots, and then they got 3 home games with Miami starting Monday night. So if they can get on a roll here and win 5-6 in a row, which they haven't done all year, and even the A's won 7 straight, and the Padres, I like their team. I really do when I look at them. I mean. I don't know. You look here at their run differential. I mean, we're looking at plus, what was it, 66 or something? 62? Where is it? 66. I mean,
I wonder what their clubhouse vibe is like.
I don't know if it's that bad when I look at them on when like Tatis stole home the other night, everybody was going crazy and excited in the dugout. And I mean, I just don't know why they haven't put it together. Because I mean, you look at their lineup; they've got Kim and they've got Machado, and
I mean, their team
Bogart.
stats are good.
Yeah, look, they are. Their pitching's good. We'll look at that. Let's take a look first. Let's first look at these standings. Okay, so Giants have this half-game lead over the Reds and the Marlins. Giants may not win on this road trip.
Look at that run differential, single digits.
It's down to 8. Only 6 teams in the National League have positive run differentials. I don't even think the Brewers do they?
I'm calling it the Giants' run differential will be in the negatives by tomorrow evening.
And tomorrow evening.
No, they got Webb going. I'd give it to Monday. Maybe Sunday, but you could be right. But anyway, look at the run differentials here. 212 for the Braves.
Jeez.
The Brewers
That's domination.
I mean,
man.
212,
Wow.
36 for the Phillies, 147. So there's 2 teams, and then the Padres are actually 3rd in the National League in run differential. But what does that tell you? That means they've won some pretty good games and lost some close ones.
Their bullpen has lost them a lot of games.
Yeah.
They should have traded and gotten some bullpen help at the deadline.
I think they did get some bullpen help, didn't they?
To get to Hader. Hader's dominant, but it's their setup guys that are average.
So, I mean, I think the Giants really, really in trouble. It's when you get into this kind of a hitting slump, it kind of feeds itself, doesn't it?
Yep.
I mean, it really does. So, I just think they're poorly built roster. Some people, Mark DeLucci on Twitter, we'll get to that comment too. Let's get to some of these and you guys comment on this. Let's get to let's listen to the call today to 95.7 The Game. And we will listen. This was into Willard. Can you guys see that?
We can see it.
Yeah.
No sound.
Kapler and Farhan.
Let me get all right here. Hold on. Here we go.
I find myself so angry at the direction of the Giants and Gabe Kapler that when I watch the game tonight, I hope they lose. Because I don't know how they leave Kapler and Farhan unless they have a historic meltdown. Now, it pains me to say that, but I hope they lose 12-0 tonight because I cannot stand after 5 years where they're at in the rebuild, not 2 or 3 years. It's going to take them 8 or 9 years to do a rebuild that will last 3 years. Kapler just reminds me, this is just me personally, of just a bully. He would have never done that to Susan Slusser or John Shea. He does it to the youngest guy in the room.
That's an interesting thought.
He just wants to act like the smartest guy, and it makes me sick. Farhan, I don't believe acts that way because he is the smartest guy in the room. But he at least has a personality. I don't see him as a motivator of the players whatsoever. They bring these kids up that hit right-hander and left-handers their whole life, and then when they get here, they're not allowed to do it. Why a free agent would want to come here and devalue themselves for their future earnings, I have no idea.
That's one of the best calls I've ever heard.
That guy basically
Spot on.
watched this show 3 weeks ago.
I was going to say, you think that's one of our listeners, our followers?
Maybe.
Hey, I'm suing because that's exactly what I said 3 weeks ago.
He kind of sounded like Ray Ratto a little bit, didn't he?
He did sound like Ray Ratto,
Yeah, it did.
I brought up the elephant in the room about we're rooting against the Giants to win. Like, let's call it what it is.
There's a
want
lot
this-
of people feeling that way.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
This guy copyrighted me, man. I want my money.
Yeah, there you go. He should pay up.
I got a lawsuit, man.
So
He
here's my
Every
comment.
point right on the nail.
Here's the what happened to it? I'm in the wrong spot here. Let me go back. Is my screen being shared?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be Mrs. Shasky there.
You know, guys, and it took the Giants to go on this really bad run for people to see it the way it was.
There you go.
It took this type of a run, not hitting. They didn't see it a month ago or 2 months ago. They thought this was a really good team based on the record.
Here's what Joe says. Guy makes a lot of solid points. Don't just be triggered. Listen to this fan. Guy cares a lot about the Giants, and though I don't agree with certain things, I think a lot of people think like him. Interesting.
That's what we talk about every
I
day
agree
here on the
with every
NorCal
single
Sports
thing
Network.
he said.
And here's my reply. All right. I could so relate to this because nothing will change, and the Giants are built to win 90 games if I should have capitalized all that, if everything goes perfect. Guys having better years than their average and remaining healthy as a team. So in other words, you need Crawford and Belt like in 21, and everybody else to have big years all together. That's how this team could win 90 games. That's not likely to happen. Otherwise, they're a 75 to 83 win team, and ownership keeps status quo with Farhan and Gabe. Only true chance of change is a complete meltdown. Plus, who enjoys watching all this platooning when they can't hit hard enough to see the platoons, but not hitting makes it virtually impossible. So I love this reply back to me from Antoine. Antoine, I hope you're listening. You didn't even answer my call because I schooled you. Okay. Absolutely schooled. So how do you feel about Sabes between 97 and 2009? So what this guy is, he's a late bloomer. He's a fan that came in after 2010 because he obviously didn't know the years of Sabes. Sabes and Coletti took over a 94 loss team in 96, and in 97 they won the division.
Yep.
And won 90 games. They won from 97 to 04. This is what I said. Awesome. Have you looked at what they did during that period? 8 straight winning seasons from 97 to 04. Under today's playoff format with 3 wild cards, they would have made the playoffs 8 straight years. And some of those years in 99, starting in 99, there was 16 teams in the National League and 14 in the American League, and they only had 1 wild card. Okay? So that's a very impressive record. And from 05 to 09, he completely rebuilt the farm system with Kane, Lincecum, Panda, Posey, Mad Bum, Crawford, and Belt came in 2010 as far as being drafted, which all those guys contributed, plus the other things he added to 3 world chips. It's very difficult to do what the Dodgers are doing. Absolutely incredible. I mean, I am obviously, none of us can stand the Dodgers, but if you can't tip your hat to the LA Dodgers organization for what they're doing, then you may be a hater, but you're not an intelligent hater. That is the franchise to you want to model after. No, they haven't got it done as far as a World Series during those
but they try
years,
every year.
But they're in it, and it's tough to win a World Series. It's
It is.
not easy. The Giants are so fortunate to gotten 3. I mean, they're fortunate they got 1. To get 3 is unbelievable.
Yep. this is true.
Something really to think about watching this team is they're really going through the motions, especially the veterans. Think about it, guys. Like the veterans that have nice fat contracts and are making good money.
Like
really, what do they have to
19.6
play
million?
Are they already thinking
what do
about
they
the
have-
offseason?
Yeah, what do they have to play for? Now, the young
Yeah.
guys are still trying to prove themselves. So the young guys, even though they might be slipping little by little out of the race, the Mecklers, and the Schmidts and the Baileys that are not quite yet proven. Well, Bailey's almost there practically, but they still have a motivation to play. They have minimum wage
I'm
salaries.
gonna step back on that a little bit, Los.
I just think I see from the veterans, I just see really poor at bats.
Yeah, I
than
think
I see from the youngsters. I'm just watching the game and I'm just
Jock
thinking,
seems checked out, huh?
Jock is at man. I'm
Jock-
making 19
Jock is
million,
in-
whatever I do. So
Yeah,
here's
I'm
my
just
take
looking
on
at
those.
the at bats, Dan, and just seeing that the young guys, like they're trying a little bit more because they have something to prove.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead.
Here's my take
counter me.
on it. They're in a playoff position right now. I mean, hanging, but these guys want to make the playoffs. I mean, Jock hates missing the playoffs. He's only missed it once in his career in his last year. I'll tell you what it is. I don't think it's a lack of like heart or desire as far as personally. I think there is some talent issues on this club.
There's
And
a lack
I
of
also
motivation.
and I think there's a lack of team morale, which I would put on Gabe and Farhan. Farhan for doing absolutely nothing. You think those vets in that clubhouse, when they realized they didn't get anything that was an ad to give them a push, what is you may be right in one sense. They may feel like, why should we care if they don't?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Maybe.
it's a good point.
Could very well be that. I'm just seeing some lackluster efforts at bats.
For them to do nothing sends a message that, especially with them struggling. I mean, they are struggling big time. But I think players tend, like Crawford and Peterson and Flores and other vets, Cobb, I think they want to win. I really do. I think, but I think they're discouraged because they're in a funk, and there isn't a lot of, someone lifting them up with a. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I could be 100% wrong because I'm not in the locker room. I'm not in their heads. I can only do it from what I see by looking. It would appear to me that sometimes players lose them. If they've lost motivation, it's deep down they want to win, but they're just, it's hard because they don't enjoy maybe coming into.
They don't like coming to work.
And
I would say Wilmer Flores is the exception.
Wilmer
On the
Flores
veteran
is the
point of
exception.
view, Wilmer Flores to me, like I know I talk a lot about bringing the youngsters and get rid of these veterans.
Yep.
I would absolutely welcome Wilmer Flores back on this team next year. He is a professional.
He's signed for like 2 more years, I think.
He gives you effort from game 1 to game 162. He sat for a long time. He didn't play at all. And when he did get run, he was ready and he hit. So that man is a professional. Him, I have no problem with. But the Confortos, the Wades, the Slaters, the Jocks, watch when Yaz comes back. Watch his at-bats. And it's not just the at-bats. Watch him run out like an infield ball, like try to beat it out. Watch him just go through the motions. Like I watch closely. I'm telling you, like there is a real lack of effort. And it may very well be, like you said, Dan, it could be they're frustrated and they see the writing on the wall and they're like, whatever. But I don't know.
I
Eric,
just don't.
Or what do you think about that?
I mean, they're obviously in a funk, right?
Yeah.
I just think
You know what? I think it's beyond the funk, though. This is not a funk.
Let Bora go.
I just think, and it's obvious to me, they don't see how they can get out of it. There's no answer right now. There's no one person that's going to pick it up and just carry this team. It has to be a group effort from the whole clubhouse because you have no stars. There isn't one or two players even that can carry this team. The only way you can start hitting and start playing better is with the whole team coming together and doing something about it. And I don't think they see that happening, and I don't see that happening.
I tell you what, I think it might be something, and we may be onto something here. I don't know. Because it's the entire lineup, right? Except for a couple of, like Flores, Strada's been doing okay. Bailey's been doing decent. But something is affecting the entire lineup. Or we'll just say the entire clubhouse. Who's the
I think
one
it's that
person?
cruise. It's the cruise patch.
Yeah. Who has an effect on the entire clubhouse?
Ever since they got that cruise patch and those patches are stalling in the city, the Giants have.
Oh man, those
I
cards
think
suck.
I'm thinking that Kapler has lost the clubhouse.
Oh,
and I don't
100%.
think, and I think people don't want to put any effort into doing anything that he says or does. I mean, there's no motivation. That may be something. I mean, nothing's come out that said that, but just think about it. You got Wood coming out saying stuff. Remember Stripling the other day talked about something about his back.
Yeah.
What came out today?
Oh, his back now.
His back.
tested.
Miraculously now it's the back. When we heard it a few days ago, and it was news to him that his back is hurting.
News to him. He says, "I'm fine." Really?
So there you go. And you got who else was saying something? Wasn't there someone else that said something other than Wood? I thought there was, but
Eric, that's a great point because I've had a couple coaches that I've played for that I haven't liked. I didn't think they were that good, and it's like you'll still play, you still play with heart and everything, but it's just there's a level that
you're not going to go through a wall for them.
You're not going to go through a wall for them.
Exactly.
You're not really going to play 110%. You just
that's what's affecting the club.
You're just there. You're sort of just playing your game. You're not really like there's no boost to your morale.
They're playing as individuals, not as a team.
Exactly.
They don't look sharp. They don't look even when they score. I think, Bailey's home run walk-off was unexpected, and they were excited. Had that not gone out, man, that would be how many losses in a row?
A lot.
But Mark Graves.
That's great, Mark.
Cruz is a driverless car service, and the Giants have a driverless manager. You got it, man. It is.
Is it Cruz or Waymo?
Cruz.
Cruz
Man.
Their sponsor,
they're getting stuck all over the city streets. They're turning down, going the wrong way.
There was a driverless car in front of me the other night coming home in Phoenix. It was Waymo.
Oh man, I'll tell you a story.
Looked like a spaceship, man.
I was driving home with my friend during the school year last year, and I saw one of those vehicles. I just swerved around it and just stopped right in front of it.
You got nuts, man.
Did it stop?
It stopped. It laid on the loudest horn I've ever heard.
Nice.
Bora.
Love it.
Looking for the insurance claim.
Yep.
Okay, I got to say this, Robert. You said bring on the Braves. I heard you say it for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Bring on the Braves. Well, guess what?
Webb will be our savior tomorrow. I don't think so. I think Webb is a great pitcher, but I think vulnerable. The Braves can get at least 2 runs off of Webb.
That's all you need in this lineup.
The question is, now they're facing a pitcher that's not that great tomorrow.
They got a shot tomorrow.
Tomorrow they got a shot. Tomorrow's their best shot on the road trip.
Their best pitcher.
Yeah. But the problem is, if they hit, that's fine, but they're not hitting.
Well, yeah, but tomorrow the pitcher they're facing is a guy who is giving up more hits than innings pitched. He's a hittable guy, but is he hittable for what we would call this group right here? I can't find it, so it didn't work. Darn it.
When was the last time they won a series? And who was it against?
It's been a while. They've lost 4 or 5 series in a row. The last series
Arizona
they won,
before the Oakland series.
Yeah. Was that a 4-game series? 3-1?
Yeah,
they beat 3-1.
And Arizona was like in worse shape than the Giants. So that's what they have to put their hat on, beating that team that's beat down.
There was an article tonight, not an article, I shouldn't call it an article. It was a comment by Mark DeLucci This is what he said. I don't agree with him. It's obviously early, but is that showing there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm blowing it up and not looking at my screen. It's obviously early, but Wade Meckler's looking really overmatched at the plate. The Giants took a big, I don't think so at all, roster gamble calling him up. If he doesn't stick immediately, they just lost a 40-man roster spot through the offseason.
Disagree.
And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
What's he talking
because
about?
Here's what I wrote. Because I don't, this roster
an idiotic take. That's
this
a
is
dumb
good
take.
news to have him on the 40. It needs completely overhauled. Look at it. There's only a handful who I'd keep. The rest can be DFA'd, which would likely clear waivers as no one else would want them. And then I put down here at the bottom, I have 31 on the 40-man, leaving 9 open spots. And Bart's tradable, which you can, get somebody back in the roster. And Wisely is questionable, but good utility depth with options. Yes, no Yaz or Slater. Time to move on from these limited players, often injured, and bring up the young players. So here's my roster. I want to go over this, guys, with you because I threw it together, and I don't even like this roster, but it is their roster. Okay, so I had to add some, and you don't know who you're going to put on it in the offseason until you make deals. So base what's on their 40 right now, it's awful looking. And I took off the Yaz and the Slater and I even added Manaea. I took off Stripling. I took off Wood. I took off DeSclafani. I took off Jelly. I took off, guys that are just mid to,
Is this what you would do, or is this what
this
you
is
think
what
the
I
Giants
would
are
do.
gonna-
This is
okay.
what I would do. And I put Hunter Bishop on here, you see, because he's Rule 5. And the fact that they don't have a great roster anyway, and they're not going to be able to fill it with quality people, he might be turned into something if he gets healthy. So stick him on the roster, and you can always release him later. Farhan always, but if you put him on Rule 5, he might get picked up by somebody like the Tigers, the A's, somebody who can afford to keep him. And so anyway, it can go either way. He might pass through the Rule 5 draft too, because he hasn't got beyond A ball. But we saw tonight that the Angels brought up a guy they drafted a month ago that spent 40 games in the minors, and he's now up.
He helped turn a triple play tonight.
Yeah, so things can happen. I wish the Giants would do that. All right, so here it is. Bailey, Bishop, Mason Black, Bart, Vaughn Brown, Cobb. You can't really keep releasing everybody you owe money to, so you got to keep somebody. Like if I'm thinking of, just DFAing DeSclafani, eating the $12 million, maybe doing the same thing with Stripling. But you can't do it with too many guys. And Cobb's a serviceable 3 or 4 number pitcher, as you said, Bora. And he's not that expensive. Davis, Duvall, Estrada, Flores, Haniger's, you got $15 million you're going to have to eat there. So he's coming back. Harrison, Luke Jackson, Bryce Johnson, Luciano Matos, Manaea, Meckler, Ramos, Rich Rodriguez, or I think it's Rich. I can't remember his first name. He's a reliever down at Sacramento.
I think it's Randy, isn't it?
Maybe it's Randy. It is Randy, yeah. I'm thinking of the old Rich Rodriguez who used to pitch for him. Both Rogers brothers, Sable, Schmidt, Wade, Waits, Ryan Walker, Webb, Wynn, Wisely, and Wisenhunt. That only 31 spots. That leaves you still with 9 spots. And a couple of these guys like Wisely and Rodriguez, maybe a questionable Meckler, Johnson. This is not a loaded roster, right?
How many pitchers do you have on there?
Pitchers, I have, let's count them. Black, 1, Cobb, Duvall, 3, Harrison, 4, 5,
okay.
Manaea, 6, Rodriguez, 7, Rogers, 8, 9, Waits, 10, Webb, 11, Wynn, 12,
Walker,
Wisenhunt, 13, and Walker, 14, which you need more. but there's still 9 spots left. Here's who I didn't keep on the roster. But again, this is me. They're going to keep them, okay? They're coming back with Yaz and Slater again. We're going to play the same thing next year. And this is why I'm dead serious. I think fans, what they've got going in Oakland with sell the team chance, I think at Oracle, that would sound great.
Oh, wow.
Imagine they bring in 35,000 on a weekend game and you got, sell the team. How would that go over for the ownership group? I mean, there's still too many dumb fans though that love what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, they love
Yep.
it. All that
Yeah.
matters is we're in the playoff hunt. That's all that matters.
Yeah, not making it every year or just, these guys are okay. So here's the roster. We've got Alexander. I think he's a free agent, I believe. Guys that I forgot Tristan Beck. That's another pitcher. So I forgot him. I would put Beck
And
on
Tang.
the roster.
I like Tang.
I like Tang too. And he would be good to add to the roster. But you don't have to add him to the roster because he's got options. So only guys that are either on the 40 currently or who you would lose if you didn't put him on the roster. Technically, they don't even need to stick Harrison on the roster, but they will. Brebbia, I didn't put on. I would love to see Brebbia come back. I don't know if he will. Camargo, he's you don't need a guy like Camargo. Conforto, I'm assuming he opts out. Crawford, I'm assuming he either retires or they don't offer him back a contract.
I hope he retires. Just
And
it's end of your career as a Giant.
Yeah. D. Scalfani, goodbye. Eat the money, goodbye. Jelly, is he ever going to turn into anything? So
No,
why
he-
keep him on?
Didn't he
Why
give up
keep
like
him?
10 runs the other day?
Yeah,
Yep.
why keep him on the
No.
40?
In 3 innings, he gave up 10
I
runs.
kept
in 3
Bryce
innings.
Johnson. Junis is a free agent. Manaya, I think. Yeah, did I have Manaya on there?
Yes.
Okay. He's kind of pitching himself into a role where you can't dump everybody. You can't dump. You could, but they won't.
Eric, can you? I'm sorry,
Matthias.
What you
Eric,
need?
real quick. Dan, continue that list. But Eric, can you highlight the Kennethal kid comment, and we could talk about it. No, the 80% of the stadium. Let Dan finish his list, but I want to talk about that. Go
Sure.
ahead, Dan. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. So Matthias, they just put him on some injured list instead of, I don't know if they were DFAing him or whatever ended up happening, but so what else? Roberto Perez, he's on there. You don't need, a 35-year-old catcher coming off shoulder surgery. AJ Pollock's on there. You don't need that. I'm just talking about what's on there. Slater, I wouldn't. He'll be back though.
Oh, you guarantee?
I guarantee he'll be back. He'll be back.
Put money on
I
Slater
wouldn't.
and Yaz coming back.
Exactly. Stripling, questionable if he opts out. He's got $12.5 million guaranteed to opt in. The question is, does he want to pitch here and maybe have another crappy year because of his role that they misuse him, and then he goes on the market in 25. And
I think he can get like a $10 million
multi-year
deal
deal right now.
Yeah,
Maybe Toronto wants him back for 3 years at $30 million, right? Maybe Toronto would where he had good success. Zapaki, that's a guy, whatever. VR, you're going to keep him. I'd trade him. You don't have to DFA guys. You can trade him and get him off your roster.
I'd give VR one more chance.
I'm okay with giving him a chance because he has the power and they don't have power. But maybe somebody likes his power and you can get somebody. that's more athletic with speed. I don't know. But I don't have a problem giving him a chance, one more chance because of his power. Lou Marson, exactly, Lou.
Nobody wants our crap.
Exactly. That's what I said in my tweet. No, if you read it right here, is it still up?
Yeah, it's still up to scroll down. Is it?
Yeah. You see it right there? The rest can be DFA'd, which they likely would clear waivers as no one else would want them. I didn't want to put crap out there in too public. But yeah, because so Zapaki, I mean, that's it. That's really their roster. When I'm getting more depressed, guys, because I was feeling like we were on this rebuild and some excitement because the young guys were coming. Now I'm seeing this is a few years away from, but they won't feel the pain. Like the caller said, Farhan's turning a 3-year rebuild into 9 years because he should have just rebuilt it from the beginning. But what he did is he's tried to stay competitive every year because that's what the Giants ownership wants. They think, oh, we just got to be in the playoffs. You know what? The playoffs is something that you're striving for, but teams like the Braves and the Cubs and the Phillies and the Dodgers and the Brewers and the Reds are coming, and they all have guys that can mash. And the Padres, I mean, you're not going to see this team the way it's constructed, even with 6 teams. Sabes would have, I mean, look what Sabes did. 8 straight years, Sabes and Coletti, 97 through 04, winning records every year. So they know how to build a team because Sabian was a scout, and Sabes was a scout, and he was a tough negotiator, and so was Ned. They knew how to deal with people. So this is a ways off because next year's free agency is not good. So you're not going to be able to do a whole lot there. They're going to just play again on the margins and do the same thing. So that's enough. You guys comment it. Go ahead. I don't, there's nothing I can say because I'm so frustrated that I know this is where they're going with this franchise. As long as Farhan's in charge, they're going to play on the margins and get guys that are just simply mid to below mid type players. And that's it. Go ahead, guys. I can't talk anymore about it.
I think a huge part of it is this comment that I wanted highlighted. Guys, this is a real serious and dangerous and probably realistic comment. Back in the day, in the 70s and 80s and 90s at Candlestick, when the Giants were a bad team, they would get small crowds. It would be 7, 9, 12, 14,000 on a good night. That's because most of the fans were baseball fans. If you put up a bad product and it was cold out there, it's like, I'm not freezing my ass off to go out on a night game for a bad team.
We didn't have all the stupid entertainment that they do to attract the casuals.
This comment right here, if ownership is doing analytics like we all think they do, and if they sit around and say, our stupid ass Giants fans, today's Giants fans, are going to come out and support this team no matter what we do, and we're going to line our pockets up right. Now, hear what I'm saying. This is not coming from me. I'm not calling Giants fans stupid. I'm saying that ownership is behind the scenes, possibly. Again, I'm speculating here, but this thing right here, the 80% of that stadium is filled with people that don't really care if the team win or lose. They're casuals. They're there for the show. Before the internet, before social media, people went to Giants games to watch Giants baseball. They went to watch a game. I made a comment that when I went to the East Coast, I looked around and I didn't see one guy on their phone, one woman on their phone, one kid on their phone. They were all the edge of their seat watching the product, watching the game. If this comment that Canthal Kid says is true, and I think it's kind of more or less true, then ownership has got Giants fans by the nuts right now, because they're going to continue to put out an average product. Like Dan just went on and said, they're going to get average players. They're going to say they're going to go after the big fish, but they never get them. That's their track record.
There is no big fish next year beyond Ohtani.
Yeah, they're going to continue to get average players, and there's still going to be 25 to 30,000 people. I mean, on a bad night, they'll get maybe 20 to 22,000. Has anybody seen Oracle at 10 to 12,000 people for any game? I don't think it's happening because of this, because a lot of the fans are casuals. They're not hardcore baseball fans.
We need
I would
Lou.
say,
Lou, you out there?
I would say 80 to 90% of the people in this chat, including the four of us, are hardcore baseball fans. We love the game. We love our team. But a lot of the fans, I think, maybe are not that way, that are going to that ballpark.
No,
Again,
he's 100% right. I mean, if you look, you can watch on TV. All the whole bleachers are packed. You know why? Because it's all college kids just wanting to get drunk. We're gonna go out on a Friday and Saturday night. That's what we're gonna do. They're not fans. They go out to the ballpark for entertainment and to talk with their friends. That's what it is.
right. And I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form, like, God knows, like, when the Giants were threatening to go to Tampa Bay in 90, 91, 92, I was shitting my pants. Like, I was just, and still am, a huge Giants fan. So I don't want them to leave. But my God, ownership has got to start making efforts you can have a good product and still make money. Look at Tampa Bay. There are teams that can do it. You can spend money. You have the money. You just need to spend it wisely. You can't spend it on, like, past their prime average veterans, like they just keep recycling and doing year after year after year. That just sends a bad message to the hardcore Giants fans, not only that have been around for the last 5 or 10 years. Boris, 19 years old. He knows Giants baseball only so far back, but I bet he knows his history. I know he knows his history of Giants teams from the past, because maybe his dad or his uncle or somebody else told him about it. And that's the legacy that needs to keep going down and down and down, generation to generation. And that's why me and everybody on here is so anal about this group doing what they're doing. They're taking a legendary name and they're kind of defacing it right now. And they got to do better. That's all I'm saying. They got to do better.
They got to do way better. I saw a tweet today. It was like the Braves had just, with their win today, they joined, like, I don't know, a group of 5 or 6 teams with 11,000 wins in their career. And the Giants are one of those teams. They're a historic team.
Giants are number 1 on the win list.
Winningest team of all time.
Winningest team of all time. And your product is Jock Peterson and Mike Yastrzemski. Come on. Like,
I mean, it's painful to say that, but, you know, we keep it real on this show. We just talk about things that we want to get done. We're going to call a spade a spade. You know, when they do well, we're going to talk well about them. But when they mess up, we're going to call it the way we see it. And right now, and I feel bad for the players. Like, it's not the players' fault. It's not Conforto's fault. Shit, I would have too. If I was Mike Conforto and somebody offered me, coming off of an injured season, 2 years and $36 million, hell yeah, I would take that. I don't blame him, but I blame the person that made that decision and gave him that.
Boros had Farhan. He had him hung over the coals with that, man, because he had lost Judge, and then this was after they had already lost Correa. Now he had nothing, and it was like, oh shoot, I gotta sign somebody, and it was like Conforto was out there hanging, and it was like, you're gonna give me $18 million guaranteed for 2 years, and I can opt out after the first year. Heck yeah.
You know what's so beautiful about Candlestick, and Dan can attest to this. Like, even when there was like 12, 15,000 fans in there, it was pretty damn loud. They were passionate when things happened good for the Giants. When they started winning, when 86 came around and then 87 came around, and that stadium was packing 55 to 60,000. Man, that stadium was electric. Some of the best moments I've ever had in sports in the Bay Area were going to Giants games when they were playing the Astros for the division. They were facing Mike Scott, Bob Nepper, and they were trying to, go for the division. Or the Braves came to town in '93, and that was just one. That '93 team, we talked about it versus 2010 last week, but those were special times. Those are the teams and those are experiences that I love, that I remember. I want that back, man. And I know how special Oracle Park can be because that place was lit up when they had their run. So they just need to get back to that. I mean, smart fans know an organization is making efforts to win. Mm-hmm. And smart fans also know when organizations are just trying to make a buck.
They do have to get back to that.
They're making a buck, guys, off of us. Every time you go pay $100 for that parking spot, $100 for a parking spot, and then you pay $40. Yeah, that's why I hate the comment, well, it's not our money. Yes, it is. It is. It does come out of your pocket. Next time you go park there and do things like that, it's exactly coming out of our pocket. So just do better. Do better, Farhan. Do better, Mr. Johnson. The fans deserve it.
That's the problem. The fans that have no concern for what Farhan and Kapler and the current owners are doing. And Harry, is this the issue? Is the issue with the owners? Is it because there's too many? We've talked about it before. When you have 30-something people who are part of the ownership group, how complicated does it make it to run a baseball club?
Guys, when I was there earlier this year, my one game when they lost their 10-game losing streak, I still take the blame for that. But it was a day game against the Padres, weekday game. It was about 31,000 people out there. I just looked around like I did on the East Coast, and I just see things with my eyes and make my observations. I saw a lot of people they didn't care. They weren't watching the game. They were just doing their own thing. They were out there on the pass right field and taking pictures of the bay and taking pictures of the stadium. And it's like an event. It's a show there. It's a beautiful stadium. God, it's a beautiful stadium. But I miss the days when most of the people went there for the actual baseball game. And that's why I wanted that comment highlighted, because
it makes sense.
I think he might be right, guys. I think it might be close to 70-80% of the fans that go to the games are casual fans. They don't really care if they leave the game after a win or a loss. Sad to say, but I think it's kind of right.
Yeah, it's I know for a fact right now that Giants season tickets are down. Hold on here. I'm going to do something here in a sec. Go ahead and fill in there, guys.
What else is there to say? I mean, God.
I apologize. It's a little bit of a downer comment, and
it's not a downer, but you're speaking some truth. That's all you're doing.
And yeah, the Giants are like kids to us, and it's like a kid that's failing in class. It's you give them all the information and all the support they need to succeed, and they still let you down with making bad decisions.
It's not even just bad decisions. I mean, the report, I'm pretty sure everyone heard about Gabe Kapler getting suspended for one game because he decided not to go back into the clubhouse where he's supposed to be. Instead of he's in the tunnel peeking at the game. He outs himself in the pregame and in the game after. MLB gets whiff of it. They suspended him because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. I mean, and then prior to that, of course, the whole bugaboo about his interaction with Danny Emmerman. So it's just.
Has he apologized for that yet?
No, of course not. Unless he did it on KMBR with FP, because I know that he had an interview with him. Whether or not he apologized, I have no idea.
I know he said something about it. He's like, I wish I could have done that better. But did he actually?
But no, probably not. He probably did, because it would have been tweeted
Danny
all over
Emmerman.
the place that he apologized,
Exactly.
and I didn't see anything like that. So it just shows you it's not even just. It goes even beyond just bad baseball decision making. It's to the point of just what is going on. I don't know. I don't know. They texted Eric. What did they text? Or are you talking about you messing with me?
This is going to be a very, very interesting offseason.
It will be.
The whole thing about Posey coming back has people slightly excited about maybe seeing some change on the horizon, or maybe it's just they're bringing them in and they're going to keep everybody the same and they're going to bring back more or less the same team next year.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of listening to FP on Giants baseball either. It's not very good.
All right.
I don't care for him on KMBR either. Hey, there we go. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? That's a great song. It'd be nice to be able to play it. What you got going on over there, Dan?
I'm working on converting some files in here to bring into upload into StreamYard. We'll see here if it gets done.
So when do you start on your road trip there, Bora?
Tomorrow morning.
Ooh, fun.
Yep. Going to Denver. Day trip. It'll be about 9-10 hours.
Well, at least you missed a hurricane, so that's good.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss by a couple days, so that's good.
Wait, did someone say Gabe Coach Emilio is the next manager?
Oh, come on.
Really?
Don't disrespect the Coach Emilio name with that first name.
Yeah, don't label me no Gabe.
Yeah.
What?
Robert, I'll give you $100
What?
if they go on a modest winning
He
track.
worked on it, man. Hey, I wouldn't.
That looks
mind
much better, doesn't it?
Yeah, the neck. I wouldn't mind if I had that body. That would
I was
be-
just gonna say you've been working out, Dan. I'm telling you. Nice.
Yeah, I've been doing roids.
Oh man.
All right, let's see if we can.
Oh
move this in
brother.
here. Let's see. Trying to add a little fun to this night here. See if I
Some
can.
fun? I know someone who knows fun.
All right,
I know exactly someone who knows fun. Hold on one second. Where the heck is
Isn't
it?
in there again? Doggone that.
We'll
Why
find
does
some
that
fun
not
here.
work?
Wait, here we go.
Online converter.
There you go, Los.
The hat.
I love it. Moonlight Los.
There you go.
1042.
I got to get home. My wife will think I'm with my girlfriend with a little one.
Yep.
That's a great movie.
Love that
That's-
movie.
That's some positivity. Some great baseball.
This guy knows some fun right here. Holy moly.
Eric,
That should get some laughs, right? That should get some
Eric
laughs.
taking some liberties here.
Hey, we gotta have fun, man. What else are we gonna do? This is just
Is it really possible to put another baseball movie above Field of Dreams at number one?
I don't know, man. A lot of people say The Sandlot. I hear a lot of people say Sandlot.
Well,
Bull
that's a-
Durham, I hear
that's
a lot
That
of
was
people-
Brandon Crawford's.
The Sandlot, harkens back to the youth in all of us when we all played baseball as kids. So that really hit home. Field of Dreams hits home for so many different things about the game. And then a father playing, catch with his son. Man, like for a lot of guys, even guys that don't tear up very easily, if their fathers passed away and they saw that, that's tough to beat. But I could entertain definitely The Sandlot being right up there.
I would love to see another baseball movie. I mean, there's so much history in baseball. How can
There's
there not be
so
another
much. That's
one?
why baseball movies, I think, are hands down the best. 42 is a great movie. Great.
Natural was decent.
Natural was a great movie. Yeah. Major League was great from the comical point of view. Like, there's probably not much better than that.
Bad News Bears. But I want a serious baseball movie. 42 was good. 42
I
was
talked
good.
about it. I talked about 8 Men Out. I don't know. Has everybody seen that? Eric, or have you seen that?
I haven't seen it. I'm not a big
You haven't
John
seen 8
Cusack.
Man Out? Oh, that's
I'm not
awesome.
a big John Cusack fan myself.
Ooh.
That's the problem.
Hey, you don't have to be a fan of John Cusack. Like, it's got a great cast and a great story. Go see
Yes,
it because
I have to see it.
That is a good baseball.
I think we can all
It's based
guess
off a true
what
story.
Farhan's favorite movie is.
Tell me.
The Rookie. I forgot about that one.
Moneyball. Moneyball.
Hey, Los,
yeah.
you brought that up. The Rookie with the pitcher, the high school pitcher, or the high school coach who became a pitcher.
That's an emotional movie too. Yeah,
that's a good movie.
Think about that, everybody. Like, you have a best friend or a family member that they're coming in for their very first game in the big leagues. And knowing what that's why I love those stories when they show like Meckler's parents or Bailey's parents or Schmidt's parents or Luciano's parents. Luciano's parents flew all the way from, where was it, to watch him play? Oh my God. Can you imagine Pops? Like, not to get on a downer again, can you imagine watching your kid play and then he gets pinch hit for like after his third?
I know, right? Unbelievable.
Ooh, man.
I think he didn't show. They weren't there. They were for the second game. I don't think they were there for the first, if I'm not mistaken.
But yeah.
You know what? I tell you what, man. In Field of Dreams, tell me you did not get a tear in your eye at the very end.
Oh, yeah.
When the father is saying, or when Kevin Costner asks him, hey, can we have a catch? That was that's a tearjerker right there, man. I tell you.
For everybody that has
there's no crying in baseball.
Come on.
A league of their own.
That's another line, man. That's
a league of their own is
that's from movie.
What about A Trouble with the Curve? I like that one.
Oh, with
that's a Clint Eastwood one, right?
Clint Eastwood. Hey, what the hell is Justin Timberlake doing in that movie?
Oh, and A Perfect Game. I like that one.
Is that the one with Costner pitching the?
No, that's the Mexican.
Oh wait, John Goodman, didn't he play the Babe? Yeah.
That one I don't think I've seen.
You should check out The Perfect Game.
I'll watch that. You watch 8 Man Out.
All right, deal.
We'll compare notes.
All right,
Dan, tell them about 8 Man Out.
Oh yeah, that's just all about the White Sox scandal in what year was that?
1920.
20, yeah, where those guys were tossed out of baseball for basically they threw the games, and that's why that was that when the rule you think came in with no gambling back then?
Yes,
Lowe's?
that's when it came out.
That's when it came in, and that's why it's such a strict rule, and that's why Pete Rose.
That's why Pete Rose is.
That's why Pete Rose is in the condition
because of
that
that.
he's in.
Such a strict rule. He was, yeah. So,
I think it actually happened in 1919, but they got suspended in 1920, if I'm not mistaken.
Shoeless Joe Jackson was such a damn good player, man. I mean, and I'm not going to give away the movie. You two got to see it, but
yeah, I already know the history.
He did not want to go in on that. He was kind of pushed into it, and what a player that guy was, man. Yeah, there's a lot of good baseball movies, and that's definitely a positive thing. Anytime a baseball movie comes on, I could be like scrolling around. I'll just click on it and just start watching it. That's some good entertainment. But there hasn't been one lately, has there?
42 was the last big one.
See, that was, and that actor passing away as early as he did. That was
I know.
Pretty sad. That was about 8 years ago. 42.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
They need to make so. Okay, here's a good topic. Let's get the enthusiasm going back again. Forget about the Giants. Somebody, anybody on here, give a good script, or maybe not a script, but what's a good idea for a new baseball movie? Could be fiction. It could be a realistic. What's a good topic?
Ooh, I got one.
Could be made a movie.
Nonfiction. The Fantastic Mind of Gabe Kapler.
Oh my God. Here we go. Look at that. Oh man.
Yeah. How about a movie around Kapler calling, centered around life as a manager, big league manager, and living a narcissistic life with Gabe Kapler, and then we can have him managing one day. We can have him, berating the reporter one day, and then saying he doesn't I'm not getting on you. I'm just trying to. I'm really not getting on you for this, but I just want to make sure you understand.
Dan is. This is supposed to be an uplifting, positive segment of the show.
Now next is next in all these movie scenes, we follow Gabe to the north side of San Francisco, and we
the swimsuit modeling.
No, that's the next day. This after a dinner review and wine review, we go out on Dave's off day at the beach, and he's laying out there in his Speedo, flexing, and geez.
Hey, Troc, that's a good one, man. The rise and fall of Barry Bonds. Anything about Barry Bonds from the moment that he played in junior high, and he was at Sarah High School. Like, I was 2 years behind Barry Bonds. I played at Sacred Heart in San Francisco, so we played Sarah all the time. I was on the JVs when Barry was on the varsity. So from that time when he was just dominant to going to Arizona State, going to Pittsburgh, going to San Francisco, knowing that he was the best player in the game, and that includes Ken Griffey, and watching Sosa and McGuire get all the attention they did because they hit home runs, forced him to kind of like, he was already a great player, but it wasn't enough. He wanted the spotlight. That would be a great movie. I'll tell you another one, and this is for the OGs that know the history of the baseball.
That would be
Josh Gibson may have hit more home runs than anybody that has ever swung a baseball bat. But it's undocumented because he played a lot of those years in the Negro League. There are legendary stories about him hitting baseballs 600 to 650 feet. That's how much power he had. So as good as 42 did with Jackie Robinson, if they did a movie about Josh Gibson or Satchel Paige, and if it was done right, I guarantee you it does well. We can direct it, boys. Let's put our money into it and let's fund that movie. We need a good baseball movie. Bad. I'm all in. Shit, I can even be one of the actors for it. I could still throw at least 78. Third base coach, something like that.
There you go. What's going on with you?
Any other ones? Ted Williams. That's a good one, Lydia.
You know, it's a good one. See, because there's a lot of
Pete Rose. I want
to get one that's not so like a huge central figure in baseball. You ever heard of Rube Waddell?
Heard the name.
He was a very eccentric baseball player. His mind was that of a damn child, but the guy can throw like heat. Incredible. This is back like a turn of the 19th century to the 20th. And unfortunately, it doesn't end well because he winds up dying, I think, of pneumonia or something like that. But he had a hell of a interesting career. And that would make for a good movie.
Hey guys, in case you missed it, right now, what are the Dodgers up on the Giants?
10.5, I think.
Let's take a look. Is it 10.5?
I got a good movie that the invention of baseball was the dude Doubleday.
Abner Doubleday.
No, it really wasn't Abner Doubleday, but whatever.
Yeah, but
I
think
it was. No one knows. That's the thing, but it wasn't Abner Doubleday.
So he took the credit for it?
No, he even says he wasn't the one that invented baseball. Did you know he was a famous Union general during the Civil War?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what Bora's talking about. Let's get to the truth about who really invented the game.
I don't think there's anything documented of what it, because that derivated from, or
that's why it'll be a fictitious story. It'll just
Yeah.
You guys see those standings right there?
Yeah,
that's depressing.
10.5 Giants. Yep. Dodgers have the lead. Let me show you guys something. If those who are new to the chat, maybe back on July 22nd, Bora wasn't in the group in the chat that night, but let's go back and take a look at the opening of the show on July 22nd.
I think Dan's ready to go. I can see it.
Said I don't feel like talking, but
Bring it up a little bit higher. There we go. There we go.
this is embarrassing after a 10-1 defeat.
Ratto one. Oh, I like it. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness.
There you go. And poof, just like that. The Dodgers are 10.5 up on the
Good
Giants.
call, Dan. Good call.
I need to change that to 15 to 20. I told Ned, I said I should change that to 15 to 20. He said, fortunate there's only 6 weeks left, or it'd be 25 games.
Can we get Ned on the show?
He may be joining us tomorrow night.
Oh man, damn. Why not?
Yeah. Anyway,
Hey, Ted Mosby, thank you for Soul of the Game. I'm gonna check that out. I haven't seen that one. Have you seen that, Dan? Soul of the Game about Gibson and Satchel Paige.
I have not
No.
seen that one.
Satchel Paige. Now that would be a hell of a movie. That guy was a character.
Supposedly, there's a movie already out. I've never seen it, but I'm gonna look for it.
I think there was a TV movie. Lou Gossett Jr. I think played Satchel Paige. I think like back in the 70s or 80s.
Lydia Clementi's number was 21. Loved Roberto.
Roberto, yes. Boy, I don't know why the darn online converters didn't work. We'll have to try it again. Let's see.
Hey, well, we got 96 in the chat. Everyone hit that like. We appreciate it. Grow the channel. We're on our way up.
Yes.
Los is even getting visitors to his house to subscribe, which is fantastic. Hey, Bor, when you go on the road, there you go.
They
NorCal Sports Network.
Yep.
they were not eating until they subscribed.
You're withholding food.
Oh yeah, I wasn't serving them. I was like, get on your phone, man. Subscribe right now.
Oh, man.
There we go.
That's how you do it.
That is awesome. Come on, get me.
They're probably going to give me a bad time saying, damn, Los, you were like hella depressing. Like, you want me to watch that? Sorry, guys. Just frustrated at.
Well, the funny thing is me and Dan had planned out what we were going to do in the opening, and then you telling your guests, hey, check out this NorCal Sports Network, and then we lay in with 13 wet ones. We're like, what are we watching?
Oh shit, that's right. You know what? That's right. Damn. Oh. Hey, I'm gonna get shit when I go out there. No pun intended.
Oh man.
Damn. Oh man, that's the first show they watch.
Hey, at least they were here for the Scarface quote.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And good, yeah, they weren't here when Schrock was on. They might.
Oh, the Chris Benoit
yeah.
finishing move.
Yeah.
That was tough. That was tough, man. That was a knockout blow.
Ooh.
That was tough, but
no.
Look at that. We lost like 6 people since I said to hit like. Oh man. Tough crowd.
All right, come on.
Well, it is 11 o'clock on a Friday, so.
Yep, it is.
Maybe this. Here we go. I'm hoping this will work. It's going to have a little fun. We were talking earlier about the crowd at Oracle, and Bora mentioned how everybody is out there. You know, they're just drinking and having a crazy time, and I'm not sure if it's going to work here, but we may have it. We do at Oracle Park last year. I was live in the bleachers, and I was having some fun with people, getting them riled up when I was on Larry's show, the Krug show. So everybody, 84 left you. We wanted to get this up when there was over 100, and I couldn't get this, but here we go. This is what if I was in the Bay Area going to games, this is what I'd be capturing for the NorCal Sports Network.
Get fired up here. Let's go! Who wants to be up? Yeah! I want to be on the Larry Krueger show. Yeah! All right. Let's go, Giants! All right, we're out here in the bleachers with the Larry Krueger show. Larry Krueger! Yeah, we're gonna be on YouTube right now tonight. All right. Okay. When I say Larry, you say Krueger. Larry! Krueger! Larry! Krueger! Larry! Krueger! All right, let's hear it one more time. Come on, all right, Larry! Krueger! Larry! Krueger! All right, hey, Larry! Let's go, Giants! Larry! Let's go, Giants!
That was great. Damn, that was great, man. I'm telling you, that was this YouTube gold when you did that.
Need some more enthusiastic fans like that. I love it.
Los, you missed it during that whole time. Him and Ryan. No, actually, that was no, it was the same day. They're driving back from the.
No, that was
the
a different
ballpark.
night. That was a different night. That was my wife had to sit there and watch me do that. While
okay. So the Ryan one was different. They go into like a Circle K and they're asking the teller who can barely speak English to say Larry Krueger. It was classic, man. Oh my god, dude. Oh man. But when Jock hit that home run, that was a great one.
Yeah. So we were having some fun. Obviously those guys were pretty plastered there. Everybody thought I was. I hadn't had a drink. I'm naturally just having some fun. I'm pretty crazy, but it was
fantastic.
It was fantastic. And Estrada hit 2 home runs that night.
You got the guys that had both the ball, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can pull that one off in there too. I don't.
Hold on, can I respond to this dude, Matthew Brittingham?
Sure.
I respectfully disagree. We chat with practically everybody that's been in here pretty consistently every night. We respond to most everybody. We put up a lot of chats that are not necessarily super chats. A lot of other channels don't do that. So I disagree. We respond to other people besides Lydia. I've already responded to Ted Mosby giving me Soul of the Game. I responded to other people that were talking about movies and things earlier. So tune in every night. You'll see that we interact with a lot of
Matthew, here's another thing too. We got 4 guys in here and we're trying to get our points across at the same time, trying to get into the chat. And there's a lot of, sometimes the chats keep going and, we may miss something. That's just the way it is. If we see something, we'll put it up, but there's no one's being purposely excluded. We're always trying to bring people in here. Like Lo said, come in here every day and you'll see what we do. So
what was the comment on that?
It's right there.
I got it up there if you want to read it.
There are 4 you guys I've been to chats where one person converses with the chatters much more than all 4 of you combined. Lydia doesn't count. We just answer her over and over and ignore others. Okay. Oh,
here you go. Canthal Kid says this is totally wrong, and they pull up chats all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the rest of the people that are in here that have been with us a long time, day after day.
They know.
Night after night, they know. They know we interact with them a little bit more than most channels I see. But
there we go. Thank you, 49er. Appreciate it.
See if I can get this. Why can't this?
This might be your first show, and you heard a lot of farts at the beginning, and then you heard Dan go on a tirade. You heard me go on a tirade, but it's not always like that.
You haven't seen me rant yet.
Yeah, you haven't seen Eric angry yet, like the Hulk. You don't want to see him angry. And don't be fooled by Bora. He might seem like quiet and composed for a young man, but yeah, get him all riled up. He's got a button to push.
Yeah, just wait on when I'm living on
Thank
my
you,
own.
Logan. Appreciate it. I
I
tried.
have the whole house to myself.
I try to pull as many up there as I
You
can.
have the whole place, and you don't have to wake up nobody.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Here it comes.
And I get my mic and everything. I'll have all this proper equipment and everything. You'll be able to hear me.
We try to do the best we can, despite the product.
I tell you what,
being what it
Matthew, one guarantee: you throw up a $20 super chat, guaranteed it will be read.
We need a little laughter here.
Hey, this is Luis Matos.
Luis
Oh
Matos.
man.
And,
Man, I already pulled it up last time we were live, man. When you rung your own bell, that was pretty good.
when I rung my own bell, what was that?
Yeah, remember you gonged yourself out of the show. You about gave yourself a concussion.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna do that. I can't keep doing that every time.
How about Casey Schmidt today? 3 hits.
Another 3 hits.
Yeah, Casey
Yeah.
Schmidt did well. I think he had a stand-up double or triple.
Yeah,
Not
he's
mistaken.
batting 313.
You know what?
Wow.
I'm telling you,
I'm telling you.
You're right. You know what? That should be a merch. We should open up a merch store. NorCal Sports Network. I'm telling you.
Wow,
But,
Robert Rothberg with an unbelievable endorsement of the NorCal Sports Network with the following quote: "If you can tolerate me, you're doing a great job." Hey, Robert, might be a top 5 comment from you. Hey,
Bravo, Robert. Bravo.
hey, we don't tolerate you, brother. We dig your optimism for sure.
Yeah.
I know we make fun of you and things like that, but I wish more Giants fans were as passionate about the team like you are. That's the kind of fan that I'm talking about. You know, we need you out of the ballpark, not the ones taking
Come
pictures.
on, Matthew. Here we go. He goes, you
All
four
love
just
to you, Rother.
No, Eric, you got to stop giving me
here we
attention.
go. You four just talk to each other about random stuff instead of talking to your viewers.
Okay, Matthew.
Whatever.
Matthew.
Hold on.
How you doing
Let
tonight,
me
Matthew?
get this guy. Let me get this guy.
How you
And
doing,
then on a
Matthew?
personal phone call, since I've been here, this is the first time you spoke to anyone other than Lydia. Dude, you know what? We actually have
No,
a
look at his latest
relationship
comment.
here.
Look at his latest
We have a
comment. Look at his-
relationship here. We talk to each other like we're friends
Hey.
because that's what we are. We're friends, so we're going to have a discussion here. So if we want to include you into the discussion, we'll include you into
Come
the
on
discussion.
in, Robert or Matthew. How's your evening going? How's the fam? How's the
Man,
fam,
dude?
Matt?
What is up?
How's?
He said it's his first time. It's his first time.
Oh, it's his first time. Okay.
Yeah.
Go back and go. Hey,
that's okay.
Matthew.
But never
Go back and watch some of the other shows.
Yeah, never judge a book by
Give
its
us a
cover.
shot. If you like it, hang with us. If you don't, it's okay. You know,
Tell you
we're
what,
not for,
how about
we're
we
not
throw
for
up the
everybody.
link? He could join right into the chat. When we throw up the
Yeah,
link,
we
there,
invite.
too?
Hey, did you know, Matthew? We have callers actually come in and put their mugs right up there for the whole world to see. Yeah, because we know the whole world's watching with our big 700 plus 600. And, what do we got? 680,
690 or something like that. Yeah.
We're growing. We're growing. Yeah. So no, it's all cool.
Robert, before I call it a night, can you please yell at me? You're the best. Oh my gosh. Robert, you know, buddy, it's nothing personal. It's just when you start talking about some of this Giant stuff, it strikes a nerve.
Hey, we welcome you back, Matthew, for sure. You know, come on.
The link is in the chat if you want to join.
Yeah, come on and you'll see and you'll grow to love us. Trust me.
Hey Dan, Greg wants to know when we're coming in tomorrow.
7:30ish. What time's the Niner game tomorrow? Los?
7:30.
Serious?
Well, 5:30 for you guys, I think.
Oh shit! Is it? Damn.
All right, we'll come on at 8.
Yeah, so do I, Robert. I do the same thing. We both get carried away, just in 2 different directions.
Yeah, 5:30. You guys.
It's all good, Matthew. It's all good, Matthew. Just wanted to let you know. You know, because I don't want you to think that we're ignoring people. We're friends here, and we talk like we're just hanging around in the front room watching TV and just shooting the shit. And that's what we do. And we do the same thing with the guys in the chat. Just today was a little bit weird because, you know, the Giants did what they did. And yeah.
I don't know. We talk a lot, but what do you mean shooting? What are you talking about? Shooting the what?
Huh?
What did you say? We're shooting the what?
I said we're just a bunch of friends sitting in a front room shooting the shit. Yeah. On cue. The vegan.
The vegan.
I know by sound the ones that. Oh my gosh! Hey, we got Kyle in the house.
Bring Kyle on in.
All right, here we go. Hey, what's up, Kyle?
What's up, guys?
It's going. How you doing?
Hey, brother,
Good,
do you,
right?
do you ever have a shirt on, brother? What's wrong with you, man?
Los, you were not here the last time I was on. You must have watched the.
Yeah,
You got me. You got me. Los
I did, and I said, all right, he came on the first time. Now you're here again. I mean, the Lex.
This is what half my friends say. Dude, I live where it's Arizona weather. It's hot, man. 110.
Hell
hot.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm up in. I need to start taking notes. I was gonna bring a notepad. I'm remodeling like so many places, and anyways.
Hey, if you need a loan
notepad.
for those remodels, call me, man.
Yeah.
So now we got Gabe Coach Emilio. You got
I said
Farhan,
that,
which is
I
me,
know.
and now we got Kyle Aurelia.
Oh my God. That's absolute.
That's
So
what
Coach
someone said
Emilio.
in the show.
So Dan.
Yeah.
My mom. I'm Irish and Italian.
Okay.
My mom's maiden name is Bianchini.
Bianchini, like
a bikini, but Bianchini. Yeah, we're northern Italian.
Bianchini, like this.
Bianchini, like B-I-A.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! You know what?
Dude!
I might catch you guys on the next post game. That might have just burned my eyes out again for the third night in a row.
What are you doing?
Bianchini, look at Kapler, man. Can you believe the guy put on that?
Oh man!
Unbelievable.
Hey, Kyle.
What is going on?
I just can't believe the guy's. I still can't believe that guy. I'm just shocked. I mean,
holy hell!
I'm not.
So I've been trying to mention. I should have taken notes over the last 3 shows. Los, you weren't in with one of them, but I want to pick your guys' brain on something real quick. And this is my own theory. It's not major media. It's not. You guys haven't mentioned it. I did it.
wait, I feel a little. I feel a little closer if I took my shirt off here, Kyle. No, I'm just
Dan, don't.
Please don't.
kidding. You'll never see that.
Go ahead.
So here's a thought I've been thinking about. Who is the mole in the clubhouse? Brandon Crawford.
I see what you're going. I see you're going with that. Yep.
Who's best friends with Buster Posey?
Who's still on
Crawford.
the team? Yeah, Crawford.
Who do you think maybe has had a few phone calls
It's
throughout
possible.
the season? Now, I'm not saying that happened because that's impossible. But if Posey wants to get inside from across the country and maybe get a feel from one of his best friends he's won World Series with and get a feel on all the coaches, Kapler, Farhan, he can go like this and talk to Crawford.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
Crawford can be like,
Good
hey,
point.
I'm at the back end of my career. You hit that 30-ish mark, 33, 35.
He's
34.
36.
Yeah,
Cross 36.
Yeah, I'm
You know-
30. I'm 38. And
It could be Wotus too. Wotus may have been calling Posey.
That is an interesting.
I totally, yeah.
That's an interesting theory. I'll give you one better. What if they're talking amongst each other? What if Buster comes in at a very high power position? Crawford retires in the offseason and becomes a Giants manager next year. How would that go over the fan base?
Holy moly!
Think
That
about
would
that.
just
It's a long shot, but I'm just saying you're onto something here, man.
That's long. Posey's not going to be the manager. I don't care what.
No. Posey will be in the front office. Crawford will be
Right.
the manager.
I mean, yeah, or
I don't know. The only thing with Crawford, he doesn't seem to have the fire to be a manager. You know, you have to have that.
I don't
fire,
know. I think he might.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Not too much. He's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I think Posey's going to be there to like change
the culture
a little bit, and the culture. Just be like, look, this isn't working out, and we need to make some moves. Whether it's Farhan goes to like more of a minor league scouting role, get somebody in there. He's maybe like president of baseball operations like Posey, but like Posey, I don't know. I don't think he doesn't want to be involved that deep. I don't know, but like I think Wotus will be a great coach. I think Bam Bam would be great too. I don't know. It's just interesting to me. I think my theory, my take is, I think Brandon Crawford, he's at the back end. He's done. I have his jersey, utmost respect for that guy, but I mean, he's the mole. He's in there. He's living and dining it every day, and they are brothers in arms. I guarantee. You don't think that?
Yeah, you know,
phone calls.
That's a pretty good point there, Kyle. They went to battle together a couple of times, winning a World Series. So
he's won 2 and Posey's won 3.
Yeah,
you don't think they've had like
absolutely
off the record calls? Like, dude, this is like.
It's a natural
Kapler's
conversation.
Gone. Like, we're running the ship here. Like, we're all wandering around the locker room like lost souls.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm just saying
it's a good take, though.
Time it a little bit. So
it is a good
Kyle,
take.
Kyle, when you step out on the town, do you ever rock one of these? You know,
I don't have one. Fedora.
Like Sonny.
No,
Corleone? Come
no,
on, man.
My buddy Shane Doherty has one. And all right, I'll let you guys know. Real quick one though.
Back.
They are coming back. Actually, you're right.
I wear these in AZ when I go out. Nobody has one on. It's like they don't got that.
Well,
swag.
I need to give my buddy's phone number to you. Shane Doherty wears one like twice a week.
I love it. I got about 8. I got right behind me that I can show you in all different colors, including. See the man behind me, Prince. So I bought a purple one. That was hard to find. When I rocked that, people like, oh shit, this dude is tripping. But I don't mind, man. I like to be different. I don't like to follow everybody, but
oh, of course,
yeah, they're coming back.
So,
or you got to get one of these, man. You'll be the only 19-year-old wearing a hat like this. They'll be like, man, that kid's got confidence.
Hey, yeah, there you go. Good point.
Hey, you wear this when you go to a nightclub and approach a lady. I bet you get her number. Wear one of these.
Yeah. So you guys were talking football the other night.
Yeah.
And I went to high school with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, did you? Up in Butte?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm in Chico. That's where I'm at. So
okay.
I went to all the football games, and I have a bunch of friends that played with him. So
he calls my brother. He calls my brother Coach, because my brother is coach at Cal, and so nicknamed Coach, and so he's Coach. They call him instead of Coach. Coach Kyle. Hey, Coach Kyle. It's Coach.
Aaron was good though. He was.
Hey, good one, Gonzo. You're right.
What did Gonzo say?
He said
confidence or no hair.
Hey, excellent, Gonzo. You got me on that one, but
Dan, how are you bald when you're Italian? Come on, look at this thing.
I'm not Italian. I'm Mexican.
No, he's talking to me.
Yeah. I used to have hair.
I know. Hey, let me show you something right here.
Come on, dude. Italian. Look at this. Come on.
Here's my graduation picture.
Look at that.
That's wild.
Look at that bow tie.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
And, I got.
Is this my new gig? If I ever enter the show, I have to wear no shirt.
I think, yeah.
What if it's like January and we're
you
talking
set
like
the standard?
There's my grandmother there, and I'm the one with the tie there on the left, or I might be the right on the screen in the blue shirt. Those are my other brothers there, but yeah, I had a lot of hair, but we just
So what happens when you watch a little too much losing Giants baseball? You kind of goes like that. And you're smoked.
Hey guys, real quick, I'm gonna talk to Matthew here. He goes, I know the Giants are having a rough time, and the offense looks terrible, but they just ran into the best team in baseball. Not exactly fair to just expect to win right away. Well, here's the problem, Matthew. We've been talking about this since day one. The Giants, especially the last couple of months, they haven't been able to do much of anything against anyone. I mean, you got swept by the A's, the worst team in the major leagues.
I get tired of that one. Okay. No more worst team. Okay. All right. We got rid of Eric there. Okay.
Did you just ban Eric?
Yeah. When he does that worst team or playoffs.
Hey,
then,
I'm gonna try and hop on with you. I'm gonna thank you guys. But I'm gonna try and go over to my parents' house and get that World Series baseball and talk about it with you
Right
guys.
on, man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
All right,
Because
Kyle.
Los, you weren't on that show, but I have that ball that's signed by the whole
That'd
team.
be awesome, yeah.
I love it.
So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Get it out for us. Right on, Kyle.
All right, I'll keep watching. See you guys
All right, Kyle.
Thanks,
Take
later.
care.
Take it easy.
later.
But yeah, anyways, Matthew, that's what I was trying to talk about. That the Giants have been playing some really bad ball. It's not just going against the Braves. Even prior to that, they're just having the lineup hasn't been doing nothing. They're trying to rely on the backs of these pitchers, and they're starting to fatigue, and that's what happens. Yeah, go for it, Bora. Whatever you want to say. You kind of
go ahead and say something, Bora. Mark Graves is living inside me right now. Go ahead.
I don't know what to say.
Okay. There you go.
Oh no!
So Bora
Is messed up, man.
Woo!
God damn,
He hasn't done that to me yet, just to you two.
Oh my gosh, man!
Thankfully, I'm not trying to get on the.
It's coming, Los. It's coming.
Oh
I know
my
it is.
gosh,
It is.
man!
Yeah. Hey guys, I got it coming to me. I'm gonna ban myself. Wait a minute.
Are you trying to ban yourself?
Self ban.
Man.
Can he get himself back in or no?
There we go. Oh my gosh!
All right.
What is going on?
Yeah, man. If I was
On that note,
still Catholic, I'd have to go into the confessional and say, Father, give me what are my sins? I put up a picture of Gabe Kapler in a Speedo, and
you zoomed in.
And I zoomed in, and
zoomed in.
And I'm very sorry. I blew it, and this guy Kapler he's one of those guys that just grates on me. Just grates on me, man. I just like, why is he in that outfit on,
Yeah, he just bugs me as a person, like as a manager, and as a person too. It's just
he's just a weird dude.
He doesn't seem like he has too many friends.
That's why he's always doing food reviews by himself at night in the restaurants. Why not take a date or something? What is that, Eric? What are you holding up?
What are you talking about?
What did you just hold up? Don't get me like riled up. What did I don't know. I thought I saw something in the corner of my eye, but anyway. The Giants hat. What is that? All right, I've had it. That's it. That's a 2-minute ban. That's 2 minutes for cross-checking. You're in the penalty box.
Father, my name is Dan, Coach Emilio, and it has been 26 years since I've gone to confession. What are your sins, my son? Well, I did put a picture of Gabe Kapler repeatedly in his Speedo on my channel. Say 5 Our Fathers, 5 Hail Marys.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, no,
you should print out a picture and put it in your background.
That's 100, man. It's all in fun, man.
Yeah.
I won't bring him up again, and I will bring him. I promise he will not come up again until he's fired. And then,
or is fading out.
That's the reason he should be fired is for putting something ridiculous on like that, and posing for it in a magazine. Hey, who put that up? Oh, Eric's doing that crap. Okay, Eric's pulling stuff from the screen. All right, Eric's in the background. He's got another minute in
the penalty box.
In the penalty box. So, how many times does Gabe?
Tonight was an interesting show, to say the least.
How many mirrors does Gabe have in his house? Gosh.
That's a good
look at Kyle. I just cup checked Eric. Cup check. Get it? Eddie K. All right, we're down to 30 seconds. Hey, come on, Eric. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. 2 more minutes. You're about ready to get a major misconduct. I don't want to see Kapler anymore. How many stuff does he have out there? How did you find that? I mean, golly, I didn't do it. The fact that Eric only had 10 more seconds to go, I was bringing him in.
Hey, Eric's pushing it, man. We're coming up on the end. We're almost at 2 hours. We might end the show without him. Yeah,
we just might. He may not get back in onto the ice again. I see him in the green room looking at something. He's trying to something. He's probably trying to create something with my image on it, which if he does, it'll be a lawsuit for mischaracterization. Glass half full. How long does it take to get to Kapler to get ready? I say 3 hours. Soil is the key to our planet's history and future. Oh gosh. You know, I don't know how long he had. I bet he does take a long time. Who is worse, Kapler as manager or Cashman as GM? That's a tough one.
That's a good
I have
question.
to say Cashman. Cashman's a
Probably
horrible
Cashman.
GM.
And if you put Farhan in there, I'd say Farhan too. I would actually take Kapler over both those guys. I actually don't think Kapler would be that. I wonder if Kapler would be better under a different type of regime. But Kapler also is the guy that takes all of the analytics to the extreme. He's the guy. He's the guy that wanted 15 coaches, and they all have these meetings. They go off on an island or whatever they do, and they have these group, team building meetings. Like it's a,
There are some managers that start out and they don't do well. They go on to a second or third gig, learn from their mistakes, and do better. I don't think Gabe was an analytical manager in Philadelphia, but he came here.
I think
he played guys in Philly.
Yeah, he played guys in Philly. So it was when he came here that he all of a sudden started developing this Farhan model of, if that's what it is. So.
Well, Farhan's the worst. Farhan handpicked him because he got fired by Philly. And then he's the one that there were other guys being interviewed, but then when Kapler were going to be interviewed, Kapler got fired. That's the guy he wanted.
That's why they need to be a tag team to get out of here. I don't think Farhan would never fire Gabe, right? And stay on himself, would he?
No.
I don't know. It's weird because he went out on a limb because a lot of people didn't like the hire with the Giants because of the controversy around Kapler.
But the other choices they had, none of them were really great either, right?
I don't even remember all the.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was really
Wotus is in there.
That's right.
But they didn't pick him. Yes, he did. They had Wotus. They had Espana, and then the other guy from Kansas City. It starts with a G. It's a weird last name. But yeah, his issue was there were some rape allegations in the minor leagues. And I guess he kind of covered it up.
I can't believe they didn't have better.
Oh,
odds.
the media actually went after Farhan and why he picked Kapler because of his past.
You know who my sort of crush is? The Rangers bench coach, Giants old hitting coach, Eckler.
Yeah, he's good.
He'd be a great fit.
He ain't gonna come here.
All right,
Manager.
let's look at this. This is interesting. Let's go back memory lane a few years ago, back to 2019. You guys see this?
There it is. Yep, there it is.
Oh, it's okay. Los will be back, but I think make sure when you see him come back, put him back.
Yeah, I'll
in.
bring him right in. Yep.
Oh, sounds like his sister may have left. Uh-oh. Okay, where was I going? Okay. The San Francisco Giants are going from one of the most distinguished, respected managers in recent memory to one with plenty of baggage and seemingly little to justify any team's desire to live with. This is written in Associated Press.
November
Zachary
13th.
Reimer. Okay. On Monday night, the Giants officially announced their hiring of Gabe Kapler as the successor to recently retired skipper Bruce Bochy. Bochy's okay. Even in the lean years, Bochy was a steady, cool-headed leader in the clubhouse and dugout. There are also good reasons. Few, if any, media members have anything negative to say about him. One way or another, he's bound to end up in Cooperstown as a member of baseball's Hall of Fame. Now here comes Kapler, who brings 2 unspectacular seasons as a major league manager and one notable blight on his reputation. Kapler seemed like is Los back or I'm reading off this.
You're good.
Okay. Kapler seemed like an inspired choice when the Phillies hired him as their manager in October 2017. His 12 years of playing experience and a rare persona as a muscle man. Muscle man, I might add juice, steroids, with a sabermetrician's mind. See, sabermetrician. He always had it. Mind helped counterbalance his sparse coaching resume. So perhaps it's no wonder that the most pointed question of his introductory press conference in Philadelphia merely related to his unusual fondness for coconut oil. There you go. All right. Now, why not in the Bay Area? The reporters are so meek and nobody asks tough questions. Man, yet Kapler embarked on a gaff-addled, how do you pronounce that word?
Gaff-addled?
Gaff-addled, yeah, addled. Get aided, right? Yeah, gaff-addled voyage that saw him rack up a 161 and 163 record, prompting the Phillies to sack him in October. To this end, Giants president of baseball operations, Farhan Zaidi, could only reason that the 44-year-old's worst days are behind him. I think we've seen with okay, a learning curve, yeah, okay. However, Kapler's performance in Philadelphia accounts for just one reason his hiring isn't going over so well. See here and here in the Bay Area. Wonder what that is. What do we got here? Oh, Ray Ratto. Leave it to Grumfield. Love it, Ray. The Giants have concluded that their man best equipped in their future will doing daily battle with their past is Gabe Kapler.
We can't see it.
Oh, you can't see it?
No, we can't see that. It doesn't because it's a new window. It brings up a new window. You have to share that window.
Let me go back here.
Definitely not a fan of Ray Fatto.
Oops. Let me pull that up. Okay. Can you see it now?
Now, yep. Now it is.
Yep. Okay. He will come to appreciate it as much as regret it. Ooh, Gabe. Let's see. The future. The upside, as the team's new manager, Kapler will implement Farhan Zaidi's master plan from the chair closet closest to him. With all due respect to Scott Harris, the new general manager, he will see what Zaidi is going to undo as well as do with his franchise, and part of his job will be to codify the explanations required to make the transition seem less jarring. There are only. Did he write this in 19? Let's see. When did he write that?
Scroll down. It was right. Whoa, up. It's going to be on the left-hand side in really small print.
Oh, he did.
Right.
November 12th,
2019.
2019.
The day before this other article you were reading.
All right, so this is good. So let's see how close and accurate Ray Ratto was 5 years later or 4 years later. There are only 30 managed judgments, and Kapler left Philadelphia under a cloud of head scratching, and underachievement still has one of them. And contrarily, he will at least in the short run be compared unfavorably to the man he replaced, Boch, because that's just the way that works. Let me see. By comparison, he had two Phillies teams that used $235 million of owner John Middleton's money in 181 games, 2 games under break even. Let me see. I'm just going to look and see if there's anything. Oh, accusations that he mishandled time with domestic violence with the Dodgers. Kapler and his job with the dossier are built for skepticism, and the new Giants are working against their own best history, which is a lousy position for anyone. Unlike Bochy, who was an unspectacular but resume solid hire until he became Bochy, Kapler doesn't have the reservoir of goodwill or even a value-neutral managing history. In short, whatever long, slow build Zaidi might be implementing with this franchise as it screams for a makeover, Kapler isn't likely to enjoy it nearly as much as if it were a fast and frantic one. Let's see. Anything stand out until it becomes all right. Nothing really crazy there, but I just think, let's see. I just think, gosh, you hired a guy with 2 years. I know not real successful, but I would love to personally see what Kapler would do with this team without Farhan. I'd be really curious. I mean, it could be that Farhan, that Gabe would run it completely different.
Real quick, that is some bullshit. Mark, check your Twitter, Jan. That is low class. Low class by Mr. Pete Alonso.
Yeah, I saw that.
The ball, the first hit?
Yeah. What is that?
Tonight. Was it a mistake?
I don't know.
He said it was a mistake, but I don't know.
Come on.
What happened?
So the kid from the Cardinals that just called up, the new kid, Wynn, I think is his name, got his first career hit. Alonso gets the ball and chucks it into the crowd. When have you ever seen a first baseman do that?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
No, first baseman doesn't chuck it into the stands. You ever see a first baseman chuck it into the stands like that? He may just lob it to a kid in the first row or something if it's something that's, thought it was the end of the inning or something. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Oh, he did that on that's on purpose.
That's on purpose. Yeah.
He waved the ball. He showed the ball to the dugout. Like that
could start a fight.
Someone's going to get plunked, and it's probably going to be Alonso if that's not the last game of the series.
He's weird. He's kind of weird.
Well, maybe was he throwing it to his family?
No.
Hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna bring up my Twitter. I'll show it.
Let's do this in the green
That's
room.
a bunch of BS right there, man.
Yeah, it big time is that you don't do that.
You don't do that.
That's sacred part of baseball. Guy gets his.
He should know better. He's a veteran. He should know better.
Yeah, I know that's a rivalry game, and you said he dangled the ball like a tease.
Can you see it? Here we go. Ready? Here we go. So he gets his hit.
Blow it up on the.
He's shaking it. Look, he was even looking at the dugout. He was looking, wasn't he? He was looking at somebody's dugout, or it was the Mets dugout.
Why would you throw it that far up in the stands?
Exactly. It's playing again.
Was he throwing it to?
And he just chucks it.
That was at St. Louis too. Damn. Oh, that's going to be a beanball war tomorrow for sure.
That's
gonna be
BS, man.
If I was that kid,
I've never seen a first baseman do that. That far up, halfway up the lower level.
I might have said something to him right there.
There's nothing after that, though. After it goes in the stands, it just goes right back.
Can you play the hit or?
That was it. That was the only part on the clip.
Because I have a little bit different clip here. Let me see.
That is bad. No, I didn't see his apology. Did he apologize? That's what Bay Area GM is saying.
Don't matter.
Yeah, he's probably apologizing now because he looks like an idiot doing that.
Yep.
Play his apology. Is it on Twitter? Anyone?
I don't know. Jeez. All right, guys, we've been going long enough tonight.
Yeah.
It's late.
Yep.
Let's end it here. Everybody, thanks for joining. We'll be back tomorrow with the Giants' best chance of winning a game on this road trip. Tomorrow with Logan Webb on.
Well, we'll go with this one.
Not sure if they get a couple of runs off Webb, if the Giants can do anything. So I think could be another Giants loss, like 3-2 tomorrow.
I mean, sometimes Logan Webb usually has a rough first inning. If they get on him in that first inning, it could be ugly.
Yeah, and they do. Yeah. Tomorrow night, again, my advice, drink heavily. Yeah. Lou Marston. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it has been really good. Welcome to the chat tonight to Matthew, who makes a comment. Alonso is probably getting traded this offseason. The Mets have serious problems, and Alonso is part of it. First, I'm a big, strong guy who could send him to the hospital. Then throw it again. Now this. So we'll see what happens. I'd be interested to watch that series this weekend, see if balls are coming high and tight tomorrow.
Maybe.
Pete Alonso. Senior says, play his apology. Maybe we can do that tomorrow night since we're closing. I don't know. Haven't seen it. We can dig for it.
Well, if he gets beamed, we can go through the whole thing.
But anyway, guys, I don't think Pete Alonso's too bad of a guy. He probably feels crappy about it once he figured out.
It seems weird, though, doesn't it?
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It looks like it.
It wasn't a momentary lapse of judgment. He had time to think about it.
Yeah.
Almost planned.
Anyway, Niners tomorrow, 5:30, right? What time's the game? Niner game?
5:30.
Yeah.
5:30?
It's in Denver.
Probably end about 8:30 tomorrow. Giants will end about 7:30. I might be in my living room for tomorrow's show. Watch it. So I have my TV in front of me because I think Lance is playing in the second half, Darnold in the first, and I like to watch both those guys play. So I want to see what's happening. So we'll see how it goes. We'll either come on about 7:30 or we'll just wait until the Niner game's over. We'll have a group meeting in the green room. We'll figure that out. But Giants 4:20 tomorrow, as Talk says. Cali time. The Gigantes versus the Braves. And that's about it. Thank you to everybody that was in the chat. Thanks to our mods. That is Mark Graves, Eric L. Thank you guys for doing your jobs and appreciate that. Appreciate Bora and Los and the guy up there in the right hand corner. What do we call him? Balco boy. Do I appreciate him? Not really. Anyway, so that's about it, everybody. I'm just kidding.
It's all good.
Appreciate him. He's good. Does a heck of a job. Hey, guys, did you guys see the thumbnail tonight, by the way? We forgot to talk about that. That was hilarious. Did you guys look at the thumbnail? Can we put that thumbnail up real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Matter of fact, I can. Here, let me upload it in our little handy dandy here.
Yeah. before we close out of here, just keep a loop on that music. This thumbnail is classic.
It's pretty good. Not too bad. After what happened, I was like, okay, I can't pass.
Did you
this
see it,
up.
Bora? Lowe's?
Yeah, I saw it. It was funny.
All right.
Right.
I'm
Pretty
sure
good.
everybody that clicked on, maybe they didn't even, some people might not even look close enough. But
Yeah.
We want you to see
You gotta
this.
pay attention. Here we
You gotta
go.
pay attention. Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo? Can
Hold on, we
anyone
gotta
find him?
get that out of there. All right, where's Waldo?
Where is Waldo?
Can anybody see Waldo? We can't see.
Hey, Matt, I appreciate it. Didn't mean to get on you. Didn't mean to get on you. Nothing personal. It's just I thought you were trying to get after us there.
All right, he liked and subscribed.
Welcome
Awesome.
to the channel. Appreciate it.
There we
Right on,
go.
man.
Sniffing bricks. Oh man. I had to. When I heard that news that he got suspended because he was peeking, then I had to.
Shard Olsen, where's Waldo? Come on, it's
Come
Kapler's Waldo. There we go. So awesome, guys. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We had Kyle McKiernan join us. Shirtless, as I guess that is his that is going to be his signature, I guess, right?
I guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
well,
hot.
it's hot up here in Northern
Yeah,
California.
you saw this coming. This ain't ever coming off on a show, guys. Forget it.
Well, that one time you showed your cupping.
Oh, the
Remember?
cupping. That was the back. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
No, that was after trying to get my back better, but obviously that didn't work. And
Oh, Chardot got it. Kapler is Waldo.
there we go. There we go. All right, everybody. You guys have a great night. We will see you tomorrow, sometime either at 7:30 or 8:30, but not at 8.
Not 7:30 or 8:30, right?
Yep, we just have to decide. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Arrivederci! Ciao!
Unite the clans! Unite them!